Hi, Michelle.
Hi, Dr. Antin. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. So, what's new with you these days?
What's new? I've been traveling a lot lately, working on a big new project of mine. I've been to like 10 countries in the last 3 months. I'm here today to talk about cats and stressing cats and ways we can mitigate that. And here's my little cat buddy. Hi. Hello.
Hi, Todd.
This is Thor. And Thor, you can see, is very stressed out. He's just miserable, aren't you, Thor? No, he's a very happy cat. Aren't you, buddy? Yeah, no, life's good, and I've been as busy as ever, and getting to work on wildlife around the world and work on cats and dogs and domestics here. I couldn't be happier.
Well, you moved around quite a bit when you were young. Where did you end up? Where do you live now?
I mean, I grew up in Kansas City, just outside of Kansas City on the Kansas side, and I was there my whole life. We moved a little bit locally here and there. And then when I graduated high school, I went to University of Colorado at Boulder, lived in Boulder for 6 years for school, and then worked there as a personal trainer for a little bit before vet school. And then went to vet school in Fort Collins, Colorado, at Colorado State. And then when I graduated vet school, I moved out to the greater LA area.
Ah. Now, did you always like animals?
Oh, yeah. I always knew animals would be a big part of my life. Absolutely. When I went to college, I started taking more courses in the sciences and whatnot, and started to get interested in medicine and realized, you know what, this is the perfect path for me. I can work with animals, I can help them, I can cure them, and these topics and classes and everything are so interesting.
Now, what kinds of vet work do you do?
I'm a small animal, exotic animal, and wildlife veterinarian. So if I'm working at the practice in Thousand Oaks, Conejo Valley Vet Hospital, I'm seeing cats, dogs, lizards, snakes, reptiles, birds, wildlife, pet, exotic mammals, all kinds of stuff. And I'm seeing that as a clinician. And then I do a lot of traveling where I work with wildlife around the world. So I'll hook up with like wildlife rescues or people involved in wildlife conservation, and even work with domestics in other parts of the world too. And so that's afforded me the ability to work with a lot of different species.
Now, can you please tell me one or two of your favorite stories or cases that you had to
Mm.
work on?
Yeah, I think I was mentioning to some people here earlier. One of the craziest cases was a surgery, and it was this anaconda that needed a C-section. She wasn't laying her babies
Oh.
properly because she had some malnutrition issues. And with snakes, all of their organs are very long and slender to accommodate their long, slender body. And so this 7-something foot anaconda had like a 5-foot uterus. And I couldn't make one big 5-foot incision, so I did 4 different little C-sections into her little snake uterus to pull out all her babies. So that was the
Wow.
first and last time I've actually done that.
Oh, that sounds intense, though. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Now, I've spoken to a lot of the vets actually who are on National Geographic. Do you have any plans to do a vet show yourself?
I so wish I could tell you. This is a big project I've been working on. I really can't say much more than that. We're going to be announcing something very soon. So thank you for asking, and please stay tuned. Like, check out my social. I'll be blowing that up or something like that very soon.
So there's a maybe in that one.
Baby.
Okay, now here's the fun one. Now, how did you get the title sexiest vet?
I was bugging People magazine for years because I knew I should get that award. No, I'm totally kidding.
I know.
They came to me, they called me, and they just said, hey, we saw some of your YouTube videos and some TV appearances. We love what you do, and we'd love to have you in the magazine. And I thought it was a fun opportunity, and I knew my friends and colleagues would give me a hard time about it, but it's been a positive thing, and I've made the most of it, and it's helped me just get more awareness out there for vet medicine and wildlife conservation and just excitement about animals.
Now, two quick questions before I go to your kitty friends. When you're not working, what do you like to do for fun?
I love fitness, so I like to work out. I love snowboarding. I love diving. I love traveling. I love being a homebody. I mean, I spend plenty of time when I'm actually in the at home and not traveling. I love just kicking it at home and being productive with my kiddos on the couch.
Now, is there any charity work that you'd like to mention?
Charity work? Oh yeah. Gosh, yeah, I love promoting wildlife conservation and working with wildlife in need around the world. One of my favorite organizations I've worked with a few times over the last couple of years is Rhino 911. and they basically are a rhino rescue group. And so rhino poaching is rampant right now in sub-Saharan Africa, and especially South Africa. And every day, 3 to 5 rhinos, or really 3 to 8 rhinos, are poached every day for their horns and this horrible, ridiculous, senseless rhino horn black market that takes place in parts of Asia. And so I love to get out there and work with their vets, work with these rhinos, and also help raise awareness about this whole issue.
Now, when it comes to domestic animals, thank you for that information about the rhinos because they're beautiful, but so are our little animal friends that we have here.
Totally.
Now, how can we tell if our kitty friends are stressed?
You know, every individual is a little bit different, and as an owner, I'm sure you can pick up on certain things, but some of the common traits I see are excessive scratching, urinating outside of the litter box, like spotting and marking, hiding, being less social and engaging than usual, not eating. I mean, these are some pretty common signs that we can see.
Now, what are some things we can do to ease the stress in our animal friends?
You know, it really depends on what the cause of the stress is. So a lot of health issues can cause stress like that. So anytime you see differences in your pet, consult your local vet, at least chat with them, if not bring them in, and do a good physical exam, maybe some diagnostics like blood work and a urinalysis, and just make sure there's not an underlying physical health issue. And if there's not, then, and you know the stress and you can remove it, then obviously remove it if that's feasible. And if there's a stress that you can't work around, like a newborn or a new pet, or you're moving or doing home improvement work, whatever, then the cat has to live with it. And so for me, one of the most effective ways is plugging in a comfort zone pheromone diffuser. And so this comfort zone product, it releases a smell that is a mimic of the happy smell or pheromones that cats release, okay? So pheromones, just FYI, they're chemical cues or smells animals release to communicate within members of the same species. Okay, and they can say things like, "I'm happy," "I'm scared," "I'm stressed," "I'm reproductively active," "This is my territory." And the comfort zone diffuser is really just releasing just happy smells. And when the cat's in a situation where we want to just try to make them more comfortable, we're seeing improvement of cats' well-being in almost 90% of cats, and thereby seeing actually a lot less of that inappropriate urination outside the box or scratching up on furniture.
I'm sure cat owners would really appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah, I know I do.
Where can we get some more information?
For more information on cats, cat stress and well-being, and then of course the diffuser and Comfort Zone pheromones, you can go to comfortzone.com.
Now, how do you like people to connect with you?
I mean, a lot of people connect with me straight on Instagram. I've had wildlife rescues and conservation people and vets hit me up on Instagram, and that's actually afforded me some pretty incredible opportunities over the years.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, one other quick question then. What are some questions that people should have planned to ask their vets before going in?
I mean, I think the most important thing people should have in mind about their pet is, making sure they're doing everything right. Do your research before you even get a pet. Get yourself prepared. What kind of diet does it need? What kind of enrichment? What kind of space does it need? UVB light, for a lot of different animals. And just have some money set aside in case of a veterinary emergency, that kind of thing. So that's important to know before you even get a pet, let alone bring it to the vet. And then when you bring it to the vet, tell your vet all these things that you're doing. Tell them about the diet. Tell them about the well-being of the cat. Tell them if there's any changes. Tell them if you're noticing any differences. And then your vet should be asking you these questions too. That's part of our job, is to inquire on these things.
Well, very good. That's very helpful. Well, thank you, Dr. Antin. Good luck in all your endeavors.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for having me today.
Well, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
All right, cheers. Bye-bye.